Imagine this. You're all snuggled up in bed. It's quiet. And then you hear it. A sound outside. It's not a car. It's not the wind. It's the sound of hooves, galloping. And they're getting closer and closer.
So, you tiptoe to the window and peek outside. You see a huge animal charging through the night, but something is really wrong. Where its head is supposed to be, there's just a roaring, blazing fire.
So where in the world does a story like this come from? Well, to find out, we've got to go on an adventure. So pack your courage because we're heading to a land of incredible stories. Our destination is Brazil.
All right, so what is this creature that haunts the Brazilian countryside? Let's take a closer look, if you're feeling brave. A long time ago, in tiny villages deep in Brazil, a funny feeling would creep into the air right after the sun went down. People would lock their doors, shut their windows, and hope that whatever was out there in the dark would stay out there. You see, during the day, everything was totally normal. But this creature, it was a phantom of the night. It would only appear when the moon was high in the sky, and that's when it would start its wild, terrifying ride.
And wow, what a sight it was. This was no ordinary ghost. It was a mule, super powerful and lightning fast. Its hooves pounded the ground so hard they sounded just like a thunderstorm. And get this, exploding from its neck weren't just 1 or 2 flames, but 7 of them shooting right into the night sky. You'd never ever forget seeing that.
But hold on, it sounds like just a scary monster, right? Or is there more to the story? You know, every legend has a beginning, and this one is actually, well, it's pretty sad.
Believe it or not, the Headless Mule wasn't always a fiery beast. The legend says that it was actually a person once, a woman who made some really big mistakes and broke some promises that were super important to everyone in her village. So here's how the curse went down. First, a really important promise was broken. Because of that, she got a terrible punishment, a curse that turned her into the Headless Mule every single night. But, and this is the most important part, just like in all the best stories, this curse has a secret weakness.
Yep, to break the curse and free the woman, a hero would have to do something unbelievably brave. They would have to run right up to that fiery mule and snatch the heavy iron bridle right out of its mouth. Can you imagine how much courage that would take?
This is such a spooky and amazing story, right? But it makes you wonder, why did people tell it in the first place? You see, legends like this aren't just for scaring your friends around a campfire. They have a much deeper meaning.
The Headless Mule is part of something called Folklore. And Folklore is kind of like a community's special collection of amazing stories. They're told over and over, passed from grandparents to parents to kids, and they carry important ideas and lessons with them.
So what's the big lesson here? Well, the story of the Headless Mule was a powerful warning. It was a way to teach people how important it is to keep your biggest promises. It was a spooky way of saying that some rules are there for a reason, and breaking them, well, it could have some fiery consequences.
And here's a cool little fun fact for you. The Headless Mule isn't the only spooky legend in Brazil. Oh no, the country is full of them, and a lot of these stories have roots that go all the way back to the folklore brought over from Portugal hundreds of years ago. Okay, you've heard the legend, you learned the lesson, now it's time to see if your memory is as brave as you are. Think you can answer a few questions? Let's do it.
All right, first challenge. Quick, what kind of animal was our fiery phantom?
A mule. Yes, you got it. Your memory is super brave. Okay, next one. And it's the most shocking part of the whole story. What was blazing and roaring where its head should be? Fire! You totally got it. You are officially a Headless Mule expert.
All right, one last question, and this one is just for you to think about. If you knew that you could break the curse and free the person trapped inside, do you think you'd be brave enough to face the flames and pull off that bridle? It really makes you think about what it means to be truly brave, doesn't it?
And just like that, our journey into the dark fields of Brazil is complete. You've faced the legend, and you've definitely earned your passport stamp. What an adventure. It just goes to show you the best stories aren't just spooky, they also teach us what it means to be brave.